know if you see my screen fine, or Shawn,
You're
or
there,
anyone
buddy.
else.
I see it, yep.
All right, so right now this is buyer arbitrage itself, and there's two basic parts to this, the right side and the left side. The right side are leads of people looking to buy, all sorts of things, or basically any keyword that you type in. For instance, right here on the top right, I type in web design, so it's showing leads of people from some random locations looking to buy, some kind of web design service, like we see here. If here's someone that's looking to buy an online store, here's someone that needs a freelance web designer. Here's someone a few leads down that wants a simple web design, so on and so forth. And then on the left side, we see right here on the right side, we have over 300 leads, and that's just from the first search from a few random locations. If we want to switch the locations or do a new search, we can. We can also click on the location button and change where we search. That's all completely up to you.
Now, Brian, one thing I just wanted to say right off the bat: this is in real time. This is not something that's from this is right now. So that's what's absolutely part of what's so incredible about this.
Yeah, absolutely. These are real-time leads. If there's a new lead that comes on 1 minute from now, if you do that search in 1 minute, you'll get that new lead. These aren't old leads that are like months old or anything like that. Some of these leads might only be minutes old. At tops, some might be a week or two or so old, but you don't find leads that are months old or anything like that. Then on the left side, here are all the leads of people looking to sell some kind of service for $5 related to the keyword that we typed in here, web design. So we see here's someone that says they'll make web design for $5. Here's someone that will teach you how. Here's some that will make you a website for $5, and so on and so forth. So all sorts of cool ones that you can kind of go through. And then on the column next to that, it says collected. Now, some you see 0, which means it's probably like a newer offer. Some you see might have like 5 or 10, and some might have, in some cases, a lot more. Like you can just scroll down here. Here's a guy that has 264 people that actually collected his offer, which essentially means a lot of people bought this guy's offer. And this tells you two things. One, is probably a decent worker. I mean, he probably has a pretty good reputation. Lots of people are buying his service, so he's probably a good guy to go to use his services and so forth on. And this can also, on top of just using this guy as a guy to outsource all of your work to, you can also use this as a way to do like research. For instance, let's say you want to have an offer, in this case, let's say on Fiverr. You can see there's a lot of offers that have 0 jobs collected, which means they're probably not selling too hot, and some are doing a lot more. Here, I'll just click on I'll sort this. So right here we can see that the highest two are over 1,000 over 1,000 jobs collected right there, and there's
Brian,
several.
Can I say something too?
Yeah.
And just think about this is one search. This is one search, which is web design. Okay. Some of these crazy searches that you can do that bring up just crazy amount of buyers and a crazy amount of people that are going to be able to service this. You're going to arbitrage it in between. That's how you're going to make your money. You don't have to be able to know to do all this in terms of making these things yourself. You're going to find the people that want something. You're going to find the person that's able to do it for them, and you put it together. That's the whole crux of this. Now, what Brian's mentioning here is super crazy. Like if you do something like Facebook or a keyword like that, you can see that there's people that, let's just say just on yes, that's correct, Laura. And if you're someone that, if you look on Fiverr here, you'll see sometimes people that sold gigs like, to the point where it's like a $20,000, $30,000 business. That's not including upsells, which you can see on Fiverr. So that just shows you that it's telling you this is not any theory. This is no fluff. This is telling you what people right now are wanting to buy, what people right now are making money also selling things. So it just gives you not only the opportunity to make money putting people together and making the money in between, but also giving you tons of ideas for businesses that you can create outside of this platform, but using this as a research tool. That is crazy impressive. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, so right here, again, as James said, if there's a guy that they both have two almost identical offers, and one has 100 or 1,000 people that actually collected his job or bought his service, and one has 0, that might be a good indicator that you should check out the guy that has a lot of sales and see exactly what his exact offer is, and maybe how he wrote his Fiverr offer, or the sales copy, as you might call that, and try to replicate that right there. So this is a great research tool right here. You see there's over 1,000 found just for this one keyword right here. And of course, on the right side, you can check off any of these leads that you want, and then you can export them. So once you check off all or check off any one, you can export those, and you can get the leads in a separate file that you can further then email those leads directly with your offer if you want. So let's just do some live searches real quick, and you can essentially type in any kind of keyword you want. So for instance,
Brian, you search. I want to make something clear based upon a couple questions. Just so you guys are really clear, you can use this for a couple things. When you can go find people for what you already sell, if you're already in a specific business model like this, you're already doing services, local or national or international, or you can simply be a middleman hiring out other people. This is all going to be yours. We're not in the middle of your transactions. You get to do whatever you want to with this. This is just going to turn you loose to go find people looking to spend money for stuff that you can deliver, because you're never going to go take a job and take a deposit from somebody without knowing already who's going to do the work for you if you don't want to do it yourself.
And also
exactly.
Sorry, Brian. Just one thing I wanted to mention too. We haven't got to this yet, but something I just want to mention right off the bat is also crazy about this is that you can pull, if you look on the right hand side, you can pull very, very easily all of the emails of all those people. So you can just easily put that into an email sender and blast 100 people or however many, just like that. So the time savings with this is also very huge. Not only the money-making potential, but the time savings is incredible.
Yeah, so right here, and again, you see the quick search I did on the right side. We have 79 leads, and that's just from a handful of locations. We could do another search and get a completely random set, or of course we can change that. We just click on location right here, and we can search any place we want. Like, for instance, if we want to search let's just do Georgia, because Shawn's from there. We can click down that. We can see all the places in Georgia that we can search and find these leads from, so that's all up to you. Or you can just leave it as is, and it will pick some random larger places to search at once. Again, you can check off any of these leads you want, then you can export those leads. But right here, here's someone that wants a blogger or a writer, and they're looking to spend about $10 a post. So that's a fairly cheap writer that they're looking for. You can sometimes find guys looking to spend a lot more than that. Here's someone that's looking for bloggers as well as article submitters, and again, you can find guys over here looking to do all that stuff for $5. Now this is a big search. Like, we're already at over 200 leads, and we're only a fraction of the way through. So I'll just stop the search for right now, because it could be another 5 to 10 minutes to do that whole search. But you see right now, like here's the top one right here. This guy will write a 400-word article for $5. Here's one that will write a 500-word article for $5. Another guy that will write for a 500-word article for $5. And these guys are getting hundreds of people paying that. Here's one that will write an article, and he'll also submit it to article directories for $5 right here, and there's 170 guys that bought that. So these could be great guys that you could outsource that work to, and even the cheap guys, like someone paying you $10, I'd say that's very, very, very cheap. You can find guys looking to pay a lot more, but even there, you're making 50% profit right there per post.
That would be 100%, Brian. You get 10, you pay 5, you doubled your money.
And that's on the low end of things. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Crazy low thing.
That's as low as you're going to get. Now there's a lot more to it, and we haven't shown it yet. But one person asked this question. If you double click on one of these, and he selected it, but if you double click on it, it actually brings up where we're getting this from on the internet.
Exactly. And so like if you want to check out and read in more detail, you certainly can. They'll also show you down here. So you can basically type in any keyword or keywords you want up here. And you can also, we have some suggested keywords down here, and these are just for some of the bigger, markets out there. You certainly don't have to, if you don't find yours there, not a big deal. You can type in anything you want. So, for instance, right here, one of the options is logo. So we'll just type on that and see the keyword logo pops up in both places right there. We'll click search on both sides, and we'll start to see some leads popping up here.
One
so
thing
in this
too.
case, we can.
Sorry, Brian, there's a little delay. One thing I wanted to mention, and we're just trying to keep this really quick, and we're going to be done soon, but one thing I wanted to mention, too, is I get a lot of crazy ideas for businesses, and I almost use this like a Google AdWords tool. If you know how you use Google AdWords and you put in a keyword, and then it gives you suggested keywords, well, what I'll do is I'll put in something like Facebook as a phrase on one each side, and then let's say I'm looking on the right-hand side, I put in Facebook, and then it starts giving me all these listings. Then I see other things post up, like social media, things like that, other relevant words that are in these particular posts. Then I bring up social media. Then it gives me a bunch of other different things. So by using that, it just shows you what the market wants out there, and you just spend it's fun. You just spend a little time in here, and it's crazy how much you start to realize the power of the internet and the amount of business that's there for you, and how this is just crazy how much can be done with the push of a button. In our prior search, we saw someone looking to spend $10 for it. You could outsource for $5. And this one, logos. Generally, I'd say a good price range is anywhere from $100 to $300 for a logo. But again, here's guys you can outsource that to for $5. All these guys right here. Most of these guys, are getting lots of clients. Here's several in the top getting over 1,000. And look, James and Shawn, right here towards the bottom of the first batch of leads here. Do you see this lead right here? It says $1,000 logo design needed. So that's the guy right there. I'd say that's definitely on the high end. Again, most logos, I'd say people spend, $100 to $300, maybe $500 or so. In some cases, you will get guys looking to spend a lot more, and you can find all these guys like right here. Here's one right here that will make 5 different logos for your business or website for $5. So not only will he make 1, he'll make 5. So imagine going to this lead right here, saying, "Hey, I'll not only make you 1, I'll make you 5." If you don't like those, I'll make you another 5. Because again, if you're getting paid like let's say $1,000 and you outsource it for $5 or $10, who cares? And the value to this guy is, hey, most of these guys will write him and say, "Oh, sure, I'll make you a logo, no problem." You can just say, "Hey, let me know the name of your business. I'll make you 5 right now, and if you like them all, hands down, we'll take, the 1,000, or even offer him a half off or so, and he'd probably be incredibly happy at the value that you're giving him. But that's almost all pure profit for you not really doing any work. And on the flip side, you can look at. In fact, I'll just stop the search right now. You see, we're over at 300 leads on Fiverr right now, and it's still only a fraction of the way through. But even right here. You can see what separates this guy at over 1,600 sales from these guys down here at 0. So you could check out their sites a bit or their offers and see exactly why one guy is making a lot more and one guy's not, and they're both listed on the same site. So this is an awesome research tool as well. And guess what? This guy right here. Is probably making a pretty good amount of money, because my guess is he's telling guys on the back end. He has over 1,500 buyer leads right now, and awesome research tool if you do anything on Fiverr. And likewise, awesome tool if you're looking to outsource stuff or quickly weed through, find who the quality guys are, or if you're trying to find leads of buyers and match them up with sellers, where again you have the buyer pay you. And then you outsource all that to, in this case, Fiverr or anywhere else you want. But Fiverr obviously is a cheap place to do, and you're making pure profit for not really doing a ton of money there. And again, you can do like all sorts of different searches down here. Here's just a handful. WordPress is a big one. SEO is a big one. Programming is a big one. You can do any of those you want, or again, you can type in any kind of keyword you want. I know there's probably a lot of SEO people on this call, so let's do a quick search there. And again, these are people looking to pay you to do some kind of SEO-related work. Here's someone who says bluntly need SEO work down here. And this is, again, 237 buyer leads right now. And this is just, these aren't all the leads out there. This is just from a random set of locations where you could change the location, add more. That's completely up to you. We recommend only like a few locations at once. Otherwise, you'll get like huge
searches and whatnot, but even right here, again, lots of guys that are doing SEO right here for, again, dirt cheap right here. And again, this is just the start of the search. We'll probably end up with hundreds, maybe even 1,000 or more leads just off of this right here. So again, incredible not only research tool, but a great way to make some quick cash simply being a middleman too.
Yeah, this is something that there's so many products that you see that you consume it in half an hour and that's it, and you throw it away and you're done with it. This is something that you're going to be able to use again and again for a long time. So it's absolutely something that is integral to my business. I'm a Craigslist guy if you know anything about me. So this is on fire what you can do. And just remember, don't just look at it in terms of, oh, this is quote unquote just Craigslist, just fire, but this, yes, you're going to make, you have the potential to make a lot of money with the two, but the amount of ideas that you can get from this, the ability to see what's going on out there with buyers and sellers on the internet is huge. So it's much more than that. And we are going to, I know you guys have been patient, and I'm just setting up the thread right now. We are going to give you a special deal today because you were on here before everybody else that signed up. So there's not going to be a cap on this. This is going to go up. We were originally, when we talked about this, we were going to sell this for well over $50, which we still are. We're going to take it down off the forum, but we want to put it on the forum first. When this goes live in about 10 minutes, it's going to dime sale and it's going to continue to go up because it should be sold for a lot less than what we're going to give you. For you just being on the webinar, we're going to give it to you for the next 10 minutes. We're going to give it to you for $9.95, which is absolutely crazy. So I am going to make sure that this thread is live, which I believe I've just made it happen. So let me make sure the buy button works, and the buy button does work. So I'm going to put the link right now in the thread here, or not the thread, the webinar, and have at it, guys. If you appreciate the webinar, if you appreciate what we've done here, and the amount of power and this low price, please put a comment in the thread that this is hot, because we're not giving everybody the opportunity right now to see really what this is. So we really need you to be there and let them know that this is hot, this is good, and this is going to do a lot for them. We need that support, and we really appreciate it. It's live. I hope all of you can see the link there. And so thanks everyone. Everyone's giving us amazing comments. We really appreciate everybody here.